Hello, this is Raymond the MetaMan bringing you my prediction for Cardano and Chainlink and Ethereum. Now, I'm going to tell you right at the beginning that if you're not interested, if you just want to know about the prediction for Sandbox, go right there and click on that and get my prediction for Sandbox. Actually, you can even go right there and get my prediction for Bitcoin. But if you're here, it's because you're interested in Cardano, Ethereum, and Chainlink. Two of them are really great. One of them is not very good. And one of them that's the best, I'm going to save till last and give you not only the technical analysis, but also the fundamental analysis so you'll know why it's really great. So are you excited? Heck, you can even go right here and find out the price prediction for Render, a really important coin. But if you want to continue with me, here goes. Yes, I've just pulled up the graph for Cardano. Now, you can see that Cardano for the last year has had a floor, a support line at exactly $1. You can see it touched $1 and then went up, touched it again, went up, almost touched it and went up, almost touched it and went up, almost touched it and went up, touched it and went up, and now it's almost at the bottom again. This is an exciting time to buy Cardano because it's tested its floor, it's tested its support at $1 for a long time, and it's held steady. Now, let's look at the next slide of Cardano, and that's the prediction slide. So I'm going a few months into the future. You can see that it has bumped up against its ceiling and then dropped back down, and then bumped up against its ceiling 3 times and went back down. And now it's at the bottom of an open wedge, which means that when it bounces up again, because it's tested its support at $1 for a long time, and that's strong. So the next thing is it's going to go up. And if you looked at the last 2 times that it went up from its floor, it went up really steep. So I've taken that same steep angle and I projected it. It looks like it's going to go very soon, maybe in the next few days or week or so, from $1 up to $4. You can see it on the graph, $1 to $4. The MetaMan predicts that within a day or 2 or a week or so, this coin, Cardano, known as ADA, is going to moon from $1 to $4. That's a good one. Now let me go to the next one, which is Link. Here is the graph of Chainlink. And you can see that Chainlink doesn't have many data points for its floor, for its support. But you can see that just under $10, it hit it and then bounced up, almost hit it and bounced up, and then it never got that close to it again. So there's not that many data points. It's not that clear, but from the technical analysis, it seems that it has a base of support somewhere around $10. But it also has a ceiling at just over $30, which means that it's really hard to get past about $35 for Chainlink. In other words, when Chainlink gets up to $35, then the holders of that investment say, oh, time to sell. And then it broke through, but then fell back down again. And then it went up to about 35 and people said, oh, let's take profits. Then it went up to 35 again. People said, oh, let's take profits. So it has a floor of somewhere around 10 and it has a ceiling of somewhere around 35. Now, if it were at the moment at around 10, I would say that's good. But in the middle, it's in the middle of its parallel channel. It's in the middle. It could go up, it could go down. It could go up, it could go down. This is way too risky for me. I would not be buying Chainlink now. If you have it, hodl it. If you have it, hodl it. If you don't have it, too risky for me. Now, the big one. The big one is Ethereum. Look at Ethereum. This is Ethereum for the last half year. You can see that I've drawn a purple line at its support. And you can see it dropped down to its support and then went back up again. And then it dropped down twice to its support and went back up again. And now it's dropped down twice to its support. So it either hits its support once or it hits its support twice, and then it goes up again. This is really good news. Anytime you can buy a big coin like Ethereum right at its support line, as long as it doesn't break downward through its support line, it's a really safe investment. And where can it go to? Where can it go to? Where can it go to? Let me answer your question right now. You can see that I have drawn a resistance line, and it's absolutely parallel to the support line. When it hits the resistance, it looked like it hit it kind of twice and then fell down, and then went up again and hit it and went right back down. But that's beautiful because right now it has formed a channel, and it's been in that channel. You can see at the top, it says 180 days. For the last half year, that's pretty long, especially for volatile coins. It's very long. For a long time, it has been inside this parallel channel, but the channel is going upward, which means it's at the bottom of the channel now. Unless it breaks downward through its support, which is unusual, it looks like, according to technical analysis, that it's going to go up. Now, if you look at the 2 times that it went up and you kind of copy that slope, then it looks like it's going to go up to about $6,000. And at the moment, it is approximately $4,000. So it looks like Ethereum is going to go from $4,000 to about $6,000, and it'll get there in about March of 2022. That's my solid prediction based on technical analysis. But don't go away. Don't go away. Why? But don't go away. Why? Because you might want my analysis of the price prediction for my neighbor Alice, and it's right there. But for sure, you need to subscribe. I'm giving you this wonderful advice so that you can profit on the metaverse, this wonderful advice so you can profit on investing in coins, or at least understanding the cryptocurrency, understanding what this is all about, understanding blockchains. Also, please leave me comments about what you like the most, and please tell your friends. It helps Google and YouTube know which of its many videos and its many channels people really like. So please help me inform YouTube and Google that my channel is really liked by commenting on this video, liking this video, and subscribing to my entire channel. Now, this is the most important thing. You must hear this. And that's the fundamental analysis. You can't just look at a graph. You actually have to know if it's a good coin, if it's doing good work. So let me tell you the bad news first. Ethereum is not a good coin. I'm telling you the bad news first. Ethereum is not a good coin. Why? Because it's congested. It's just too congested. And it charges a lot of money. Why? Because it can't process many transactions at a time. Now, in the age of the internet, ordinary computers can process millions of transactions at a second, millions of transactions at a second, but Ethereum can't. Ethereum can't even transact 1 million in a second, not even 10,000 in a second, not even 1,000 in a second. You might think 1,000 in a second is a lot, but not for computers. 1,000 in a second is nothing for even a slow computer. Ethereum can't even handle 500 transactions in a second. And this is the second biggest coin. This is the coin that everybody relies on. This is the link. This is the blockchain that almost everybody uses to transact all of their transactions and all of their changes when they want to buy, when they want to sell. It's almost always on ERC20, which is the Ethereum blockchain. And it can't do 500 transactions in a second, not even 100, 13, only 13 transactions in a second. That's painfully slow. So what do? They overcharge for it. They charge you typically $24 or $33. That's what I've seen most of the time when I can't use any other blockchain and I'm forced to use ERC20, which is Ethereum, and I resent paying $24 to $33. I resent it, but what can I do? And sometimes when they're really congested, like when Bitcoin fell a few weeks ago, you had to pay $300, even $600 to make a transaction on the Ethereum blockchain. Wow, 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 that's crazy. It's slow. You know what it's like? It's like you want to go into a football game and there's 100,000 people, 100,000 seats, and 100,000 people are trying to get in because it's sold out. Unfortunately, they only let in 3 per second. 3 per second, it's going to take years to get everybody in there. And so what they do is they allow people to jump the line if they want to pay. Well, so people say, okay, I want to get in. I want to get in, for gosh sakes. Okay, pay me $24, pay me $33, pay me $300, pay me $600. It's crazy. It's broken. It doesn't work. That's the bad news. It doesn't work. There's only three major transactions that are on the Ethereum blockchain. One is transacting Bitcoin as a store of value. Another transaction is DeFi, which is decentralized finance. And another transaction is NFT. And those are three transactions that have done really well, three kinds of transactions, three experiments that are working extremely well on the blockchain. And there's going to be thousands coming. Well, they can't even handle the three that exist now, and there's thousands of more coming. And so Ethereum layer one is dead, it's crippled, it's broken. That's the bad news, but here's the good news. There's all kinds of coins coming out right now that are called layer two solutions. Layer two solutions. And so what happens, I'm going to oversimplify it for you. Instead of doing a transaction on Ethereum, which is way too slow, what happens is Ethereum delegates the transaction to another coin and says, okay, Mr. Coin, can you do this transaction for me? Can you multiply these numbers for me? Can you move Bitcoin from this wallet to that wallet for me? Can you please transact this NFT purchase for me? And then the other blockchain, the blockchain beside it, the blockchain that is attached to Ethereum, will do the transaction and then give the answer back to Ethereum. And so it offloads all the work from Ethereum. It just gets the task delegated by Ethereum, does the work off the Ethereum blockchain, and then gives it back. By the way, there's two kinds of such delegations. One is called optimistic, and the other is called ZK, which is zero knowledge. And by the way, ZK is going to win, but that's for another video. All you have to know is Ethereum is broken, but they're fixing it. Why would you bother fixing a broken blockchain? The answer is it's got a market cap of almost $500 billion. That's almost $500 billion. It's a major, major currency. It's in hundreds of thousands of wallets. You can't just ignore it. You can't lose all that money. And so it's worth it to create band-aids for it. And the band-aids will work. They will work. The band-aids are working. And so because the band-aids are working, because the delegations are working, because these off-chain transactions are going to be conducted by other blockchains, and then the answer just given back. Because of that, they'll be able to save Ethereum. They'll be able to save Ethereum. So it's broken, but it's being fixed. And so the fundamental analysis is it will be strong. It'll still be broken. It'll still never be able to do more than 13 transactions a second, but it'll be as if it can do many thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of transactions in a second, because they're being done off-chain and then the answer given back. So it's broken. It'll always be broken, but it'll be as if it is fixed. So the fundamental analysis is powerful and positive and strong, and the technical analysis is amazing. Now, if you want more great stuff like this, you've got to smash that subscribe button. And in the comments, tell me what you liked or what you didn't like about this. And remember, if you want some fascinating information about the metaverse, just go to this link right here and learn about the metaverse. I love you. I love you. And remember, you are now wiser than you were just several minutes ago. Hello, and thank you for listening to that exciting video. Now, click on Meta in order to subscribe so that other people will enjoy it too. And click right here to enjoy my previous video, and click right there to enjoy the video about Sand, my favorite crypto metaverse coin.